After studying this module, you shall be able to know what is hair, the basic structure of hair and the general information related to hair. You will also be able to identify the gender from the hair and identification of site from the hair. Hair. Hair is a protein filament that grows from follicles found in the dermis or skin. Hair is one of the defining characteristics of mammals. The human body, apart from areas of glabrous skin, is covered in follicles which produces thick terminal and fine vellus hair. Most common interest in hair is focused on hair growth, hair type and hair care, but hair is also an important biomaterial primarily composed of protein, notably keratin. Altitudes towards hair such as hairstyle, hair removal vary widely across different culture and historical periods, but it is often used to indicate a personal or personal beliefs or social position such as their age, gender or religion. The basic process of analysis of hair is dependent on hair growth, hair type and care. The human hair is also a vital biomaterial, principally grows on follicle on dermis and comprises of protein, particularly keratin. Hair properties depends on hairstyle and hair elimination and very broadly across different nations and historical eras, as it also used to specify a person's personal belief or social position such as their age, gender or religion. The hair has two important arrangements, that is, the fragment under the skin known as the hair follicle or when taken from the skin known to be the bulb. This is situated in the dermis and upholds stem cells that are not merely regrows the hair subsequently after its falls, but also recreated when regrows skin after a wound. Secondly, the shaft is a tough filamentous protein spreads overhead the skin area. The cross section of the hair shaft generally has roughly 3 zones. Every strand of hair is divided into medulla, cortex and cuticle. The inner region, the medulla, will not always be present and is an open rough region. The second layer is of highly structural and organized cortex, which is actually a source of mechanical support for the hair and helps in water uptake. The cortex comprises of filament melanin, which provides pigment to the hair. The structure of follicle analyzes the shape of cortex that gives reference of straight or curly hair. People having straight hair will possess circular hair fibers. Oval and irregularly shaped hair fibers are commonly more wavy and even curly. The outer covering is cuticle. It is complicated shape, slides as the hair swells and is composed of a single molecular layer of lipid which causes the hair to repel water. The diameter of human hair ranges between 17 to 180 micrometers, that is 0.00672 to 0.00709 inch. There are 2 million small tubular glands and sweat glands which forms watery fluid that cools the body by evaporation. The glands at the opening of hair forms a fatty secretion that lubricates the hair and prevents it from drying. Structure of the hair. Hair strand has a complex arrangement containing various layers. If we start goes from upper side, we find the cuticle, which comprises of layers of flat, thin, overlapping one another as roof shingles. Then the cortex, which contains the keratin bundles, that is the protein, in roughly rod-like cell structure. And then the medulla, that is unsystematic and exposed area in the fiber center. Cuticle. The hair cuticle is the outermost part of the hair shaft. It is a hard shingle-like layer of overlapping cells, some 5 to 12 layers deep. It is formed from dead cells which form scale and gives the hair shaft strength and do the best job of providing protection for it. The hair cuticle is first line of defense against all forms of damage. It acts as a protective barrier for the softer inner structure including the medulla and cortex. The cuticle is responsible for much of mechanical strength of the hair fiber. A healthy cuticle is more than just a protective layer, as the cuticle also represents the structure that controls the water content of the fiber. Much of the shine that makes healthy hair so attractive is due to the cuticle. The hair cuticle is also said to be water resistant. Cuticles are often damaged by excessive mechanical manipulation such as brushing, using heat like using curling irons, or chemical processing like pumps or texturizers. Everyday elements such as sun or wind can cause wear and tear or hair and damage the hair cuticles as well. Although the cuticle is the outermost layer of the hair, it does not give the hair its color because it has no melanin, which is the pigment responsible. The color of a person's hair depends on what type of melanin they have, which is found in cortex. The cortex of the hair shaft is located between the hair cuticle and medulla and is the thickest hair layer. It also contains most of the hair pigments, giving the hair its color. The pigment of the cortex is melanin, which is also found in the skin. The distribution of this pigment varies from animal to animal and person to person. In humans, melanin is primarily denser near the cuticle, whereas in animals, the melanin is primarily opposed to the main cortical components and very helpful in identification and individualization of hairs. The medulla. The medulla is the innermost layer of the hair shaft. This nearly invisible layer serves as pith or marrow of the hair. Scientists are still uncertain about the exact role of the medulla, but they are speculated that it is primarily an air space that is more prominent in pigmented like grey or white hair. The medulla begins lesser or more near to the root. In many animals, the medulla is very broad, occupying 2/3 or more of the shaft diameter. In humans, it is narrow, occupying only about 1/3 of the width. Medulla may be classified into two types, that is continuous or fragmented. Determination of the gender from the hair. Although the sex of an individual is difficult to determine from microscopic examination, longer traited hair are more frequently encountered in female individuals. Sex can be determined from forcibly removed hair with tissue, but this is not routinely done. Definitive determination of sex can be accomplished through the staining of sex chromatin in the cells found in the follicular tissue, but nuclear DNA and mitochondrial DNA test will provide more specific information regarding the possible origin of the hair. Recently, success has been observed in determining the sex of the existence or non-existence of Barr bodies from the hair root sheath cells. The absence of Barr body indicates the sex to be of a male, while its presence to be that of females. The male hairs morphologically much thicker than the female hairs. The age of an individual cannot be defined or determined definitely by a microscopic examination. However, the microscopic appearance of certain human hairs, such as those of infants and elderly individuals, may provide a general indication of age. The hair of infants, for example, are generally finer and less distinctive in microscopic appearance. As individuals age, hair can undergo pigment loss and changes in the configuration of hair shaft to become much finer, more variable in diameter. The identification of the site of the hair. The body area from which a hair originated can be determined by general morphology. Length, shape, size, color, stiffness, curliness and microscopic examination or appearance all contribute to the determination of body area. Pigmentation and medullary appearance also influences body area identification. Hairs, while exhibit microscopic characteristics shared by different anatomical areas, are often referred to as body hairs. These include hair found on the upper legs, lower abdomen and back, because there is a wide range of interpersonal variation in head and pubic hairs. The majority of work in forensics has been in comparing and differentiating hairs from the head and pubic region. Scalp hairs. Head hairs are usually the longest hair on the human body. They are characterized as having a uniform diameter and often cut tip. Head hair can appear uncut with tapered tips, but are more often cut with scissors, razors or clippers. In general, these hairs are subjected to more alterations than hairs from the body areas. Alteration to the natural appearance of the hair include use of hair dyes, resin, permanent frost and other chemical applications. Environmental alteration can result from exposure to excessive sunlight, wind, dryness and other conditions. Because these hairs can be affected by a number of environmental and chemical conditions, it is recommended that the hair sample should be obtained as soon as possible from suspects and the victims of the crime. Head hair samples obtained year after a crime are generally not suitable for meaningful comparison process. As head hairs are routinely compared in forensic science laboratory, it is important to obtain a suitable known samples from suspects and victims and possibly from other individual elimination sample. The known sample should be contain a random sampling of hair from different areas of scalp. The number of hair required for a meaningful comparison may vary depending on the uniformity of the characteristics present in the hairs from an individual. Because this is not known when the hair sample is taken, obtain at least 25 full length hairs. This hair sample should include both plucked and combed hairs packed separately. Pubic hairs. As with the head hairs, considerable variation exists between individuals in the population. Pubic hairs are not subjected to as much change as head hairs over time, and because of this, a sample taken a year or more after a crime may still be suitable for meaningful comparison process. It is recommended that a known pubic hair sample be obtained as soon as possible from a crime scene and should contain at least 25 full length hairs taken from different areas of pubic region. The pubic hairs are generally coarse and vary in appearance. They exhibit considerable diameter variation or buckling and often have a continuous to discontinuous medulla. While taped tips are common, these hairs may also be abrupt or cut. The roots are frequently present with the follicular tags and their stiff structure. Lymph hair. Hairs from legs and arms constitute lymph hair. These hairs are shorter in length, arc-like in shape and often abrated or tapered at the tips. The pigment in lymph hair is generally granular in appearance and the medulla is traced to discontinuous. The medulla is broad, discontinuous and with a rough appearance and they have a soft surface. While lymph hairs are not routinely compared in forensic laboratory, they can differ in appearance between individuals. These differences, however, are not considered sufficient to allow lymph hair to be valuable for meaningful comparison purposes. The presence of leg or arm hairs on certain items of evidence may be helpful to corroborate other investigative information. Moustache hairs. The diameter of moustache hairs is very coarse with irregular or trilateral cross-sectional structure. The medulla is very wide and uninterrupted. Chest hairs. The shaft diameter of the chest hairs are appropriate and adjustable. The tips are elongated and fine, arc-like and have a stiff structure. The axillary or underarm hairs. They resemble like pubic hairs in overall appearance. The diameter is appropriate and variable with fewer buckling than the pubic hairs. The tips are elongated and fine and have a bleached appearance. Others, in case of eyebrow hairs, some fluctuation fusiforms in appearance. In case of eyelash hair, little stubby with small shaft diameter fluctuation and fusiform in appearance. In case of trunk hair, it is a mixture of structures of lymph and pubic hair. The forensic comparison of hair. Hair, it might be of a human or from a wild or trained animal, are frequently observed related with individual hurt in accidents and illegal activity. The purpose of the source of hair is time and again concern of detectives and major means for determination. The microscope evaluation of all kinds of hair is likely, while head and pubic hairs are best encountered in criminal investigation. Others can also be compared with equivalent techniques. The significance of hair examination result is dependent on the method of evidence collection used at the crime scene, the evidence processing techniques employed, the methodology of the hair examination process, and the experience of the hair examiner. Head hairs and pubic hairs are routinely held as more significant than hairs from other body areas. Certain case situation affects the significance of identifying hair. When a family member may be involved in a crime, the location, number and condition, like whether it is forcibly pulled or burned, of recovered hairs may be important. The involvement of the victim's associates, including dates, co-workers and other people who may have logical contact with or access to the victim and the crime scene, is an additional consideration in hair examination. Situations involving strangers have greater significance when association have to be made. Questions concerning the hair examination and significance, like is the significance of a hair association depends on a set of compared characteristics. Second, does the length of the compared hair affects the significance of an association? Does treatment influence the significance? Are hairs of specific racial groups are more significant than others? Do hairsprays, gels or other hair applicators influence the significance of a hair match? Is a hair match significant when comparison was made with a limited number of known hairs? Morphological features for comparison. Morphological features of hair are comparative study used in anatomy, histological and biological variations. Forensic hair examiner have concentrated on certain microscopic features, characteristics and traits for both human and animals' hair that have been shown, and important guidelines that are useful for evaluation since these characteristics effectively distinguish one individual from other and one population from another. For human hairs, these characteristics can be broadly grouped into color, structure and treatment. Hair color, shaft, medulla and scale characterize variable animal hairs. First is color. The color of hair depends on its pigment, surface, transparency and reflectivity. Color is probably the most useful characteristic for comparison. Next is the structure. The diameter, modulation, cross section, cortical foci and spatial configuration reflects the hair structure. The diameter can be measured and the modulation can be classified according to various schemes. Treatment. The tips, roots, color and the length of the hair are all subjected to treatment. Cut tips may be freshly cut, split, fragged or worn, and the angle of cut may be significant. The shape of root may not only indicate the method of hair removal, but abnormalities may also provide valuable comparative data. Bleached or dyed hair can be useful to identify by distinct demarcation near the proximal end between the treated and untreated portion of the shaft. The treatment of hair shaft sometimes shows the sign of chemical where the cuticle is often damaged and cortical cells separating under the chemical assault may be distinct. Now student, let us summarize what we have learned in this module. Hair are potentially ambiguous trace material in many types of forensic investigation. The hair root embedded in the skin is living tissue and grows to produce the hair we see, which is dead tissue. Inner structure of hair consists of three parts, that is cuticle, cortex and medulla. Gender from hair can be identified by the presence or absence of bare bodies, general features which assist in determining the body areas from where suspected hair has came. A comparison of all types of hair is possible, mostly pubic and behead hair. It's often encountered in the criminal investigation. Hairs, it might be of human or from wild or trained animal, are frequently observed related with individual hurt, accidents and illegal activity. The purpose of the source of a hair is time and again concerns of detectives and the major means for determination. The significance of hair examination result is dependent on method of evidence collection used at the crime scene, the evidence processing technique employed, the methodology of the hair examination process and the experience of the hair examiner. Morphological features of hair are comparative study used in anatomy, histological and biological variation. Forensic hair examiner has concentrated on certain microscopic features, characteristics and traits for both human and animal hairs.